Hey everybody, good morning. Super excited because tomorrow we kick off our workouts, and I've had a couple questions about how I make a menu. And I know I promised the other day I was going to show you guys this too. So if you haven't done your grocery shopping, you can definitely get this done today. So here we go. This is my menu from last week. I am super simple, super basic. So I don't like to go too crazy with my menu, but after I came off the cleanse, I really liked having my breakfast, lunch, and dinner broken down for me, because I'm big on visuals. So before, when I used to do my menu, I would only do my dinner. I would only plan for my dinners. So my breakfast and my lunch, I'd kind of just wing it with whatever I had at home. But this last week, I continued with the organization of the cleanse, and I wrote down, I planned my breakfast, I planned my lunch, and I planned my dinner, and my snacks, so that way I know exactly what I'm having and I'm on track. So this was really more organized for me. So if you need more organization, go this route. It really helped me out a lot. Now sometimes for lunches, there's some days, this last week wasn't really like this, but there's some days where my husband and I go meet each other for lunch, or my mom and I meet each other for lunch. So, I mean, lunch can kind of be flexible just as long as I know, okay, I have these containers available for lunch, so I'm gonna order something that keeps me within those boundaries. So this is how I set it up. So what I do is, mainly for my dinners is when I go to Pinterest and find different recipes to try. Now you can, if you want to keep this more on the simpler end and not spend too much on groceries, then I recommend repeating dinners. Like do Monday and Wednesday the same meal, and Tuesday and Thursday the same meal. Either allow Friday dinner for, a fun dinner to go out and have a dinner, or do Monday and Wednesday, Friday the same dinner, however you like it. There's so much flexibility within this eating plan that you can move things around however you like. So this is kind of how I do it. So like I said, I go to Pinterest and I go and look at all the recipes that I've pinned, the recipes that I've shared in the group, so I get different ideas of what should I try for dinner this week. I also have the cookbook called Fix 8, and it is created by the trainer of the 21 Day Fix, and it's really awesome. So I did a couple recipes this week from that cookbook. We also get these eating plan booklets, and like I said, I'm not sure if the digital all access people get them, but if you do, there's also recipes. See, there's Shakeology recipes in here. Okay, and snack recipes, dinner recipes, lunch recipes, and breakfast. So check out these booklets too, because they also have good recipes. So in order, first things first, we need to find out your container count. So how many containers, which are these, you guys need to use them. I've actually had a couple of challengers that are barely taking them out, and they started at the beginning of January, and I'm like, what? No, do not do that. You need to take these out now and learn how to use them. They're not hard. They're super simple, but I think people get intimidated by them, but they're not hard at all. These are containers. I have our green one right here. You need to figure out how many of these you need. So in the booklet, there is a page. This is my Quarter Force booklet, so it might look different from what you have. But you need to find the page. There's also a sample menu in this one, so the other booklet should have one too. You need to find the page that looks like this. It has a formula for you to figure out your calorie target. So this is not a diet, you guys. We're not going to be cutting back on calories if you're trying to lose weight. That is not how this works. You have to be eating the amount of calories for your body. In this formula, they take into consideration how many calories you'll be burning and your calorie deficit. So they take all of that into account, and you get your calorie target. From your calorie target, you should have a bracket. In other booklets, it's on a different page. On Quarter Force, it's right here. So then you figure out, okay, which bracket do you fall into? I fall into plan A. If you are nursing or are pregnant, you have to add 500 additional calories. So when I was nursing, I was still in Plan A, but I had to add 500, which bumped me up to the second bracket, okay? So make sure you do that if you're nursing or are pregnant. And so then you find out which bracket you go into, and then you go to, there should be a page that looks like this that has the containers and a chart like this, and you figure out which plan you are in, and this will tell you how many containers you can have a day, okay? So 4 green for Plan B, 3 purple, 4 red, 3 yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 4 teaspoons oils and nut butters, okay? Then to see, okay, well, what foods are allowed in these categories? So you go through your booklet, and I believe I had also posted a picture of approved foods, but in the booklet you'll have your list. So it'll say fruits, and I'll tell you which fruits are game to put into your container, which vegetables, and so on and so forth. Keep in mind that they did this in this order purposefully. The foods that are listed up at the top towards the middle are the ones of higher value, higher nutritional value. The ones that are on the bottom, yes, we can still have them, but they're not as nutritional. So you kind of want to have the ones from the middle towards the bottom. And you kind of just want to have them every now and then and shoot to eat these majority of the time. Same for the veggies, same for the carbs. So for the carbs, like, we're still allowed to have corn tortillas that are 6 inches, 2 of them. 2 of the corn tortillas will count for one of our yellow containers, which is the carbs. We can have whole grain pasta, whole grain bagel, half of a bagel, English muffin, pancakes that are whole grain. So we can still have all these fun things right here, but they're at the bottom of the list. So you only want to have them in moderation. Okay, shoot for these up top. Sweet potato is the best one. Quinoa, beans. So you really want to shoot for these up here. Seeds and dressing. Okay, healthy fats. This is one of my favorite containers. So you kind of just have to pick and choose what you want to put in that container. You can have nuts, cheeses. It has the cheeses listed below, and avocado. Seeds and dressings. And it also gives you a recipe for some salad dressings in here as well. And oils and nut butters. So we get teaspoons. So we're allowed EVOO, extra virgin coconut oil, flaxseed oil, nut butters, peanut butter, almond butter, cashew butter, seed butters, regular butter or ghee, and mayonnaise. So these are the ones that you can put in a teaspoon. Free foods. So there's lots of yummy free foods that we can have. Spices, hot sauces, chili. So these are really awesome. So you can put them in everything. Water. We need to be striving for 100 ounces of water a day, like I said. So here's some ideas on how to spice up your water and make it extra yummy. We can still have coffee and we can still have tea. So the thing you just have to be mindful of is your creamer. What kind of creamer are you using? I was using the really crappy creamers before just because I love the taste, but then I switched over to the almond milk creamer. The brand is Califia, and they make creamers out of almond milk that are dairy-free, and they have some yummy flavors as well. The hazelnut is my favorite. But recently, I've been kind of making my own creamer, which I found on Pinterest, and I've heard of people doing it this way before as an alternative. I use half a teaspoon of ghee, and I put cinnamon or pumpkin spice, and just like maybe a quarter of a teaspoon of coconut oil. And it's been pretty good. Let's see. Okay, so here's some ways to shows you how to track your food. I don't use these, but you could. There's also an app you can download called the 21 Day Fix Tracker app, and you can track your containers that way as well. I keep, especially in the beginning, I kept my tracking system on the fridge. And I'll kind of show you how I did that. And I was able to see every day, like, okay, this is what I have. So let me write this down, how I did it. Okay, so in the beginning, I had my tracking system like this. So in the beginning, I was in the second bracket, so I was able to have 4 greens. Hold on. Okay, 4 greens, 3 purple, 4, sorry, my handwriting's not the best right now, so I'm trying to not make this too long. I was allowed 3 yellows, 1 blue, 1 orange, and I had 4 teaspoons. Okay, so this is how I set it up. Super, super simple. This was how many containers I was supposed to eat, and this is while I was nursing, so I was adding in 500 additional calories. And I just had it super simple like this on a whiteboard on my fridge. So like, let's say for breakfast, I had eggs sauteed with mixed greens and a piece of toast with some almond butter on my toast. Okay, so I make 2 eggs. Not every single food item will fit into your container, guys. So you have to look at the booklet. So 2 eggs equals 1 protein, so my red container. So I would just put a tally mark there. For my greens, I would fill it up just like this. Okay, this is how you fill up your containers until they're at the top, and you can pop that lid on. So then that would be 1 green for me. My piece of toast would be a yellow, and my almond butter would be a teaspoon or half a teaspoon, however much I put. And so that's how I would tally it throughout the day. So back to my menu. So now I'm allowed 3 of my green containers, 2 of my purple, 4 of my red, 2 of my yellow, 1 blue, 1 orange, and I believe 2 of my teaspoons. So this is how my menu looked last week, okay? So for breakfast on Monday and Wednesday, I had the same thing. Eggs with greens with mixed fruit. On Wednesday, I had an omelet. So then I also put down, okay, what containers those are gonna be. I made this before I went grocery shopping. For lunch, I had a microgreen salad, which was basically a green salad with bell pepper, cucumber, and tomatoes, and carrots. And I had it with ahi tuna, and so I counted my containers already. Wednesday, I had the same, no. Yeah, Wednesday I did have the same lunch. I didn't go with this, but so that's why I'm saying, like, you can be as flexible as you need to be. And then my dinner, I plan my dinners, okay? So I got this recipe from the Fixate cookbook. These, I was just like, oh, we can get drumsticks. That's not too expensive. Thursday, salmon. And their dinner, Friday, fell through. We were out and about, so we picked something up. So that's what I'm saying. Just be mindful what containers you have left. And my Shakeology counts as a snack just because I have it in the late afternoon. You can have your Shakeology for breakfast. When you do that, I recommend that you add greens to it, that you add fruit to it, and that you can add like oats or something, like a carb to it as well, just to make it more filling. Our Shakeology counts as 1 red container. It's a protein, so it counts as 1 red container. And when I add my greens to it, then I count a green as well. And when I add fruit to it, then I count my fruit as well. So that's how I make my menu. Then I go and see what ingredients I already have, and then I write down the ingredients that I need for the week. So that's how I compose my grocery list from my menu, which keeps me more on track. I don't tend to stray too much in the grocery store, and I'm buying things that I'm going to be using for the week, so therefore I'm not having things rotting in my fridge like I used to. So we're really saving a lot of money this way and having a plan. So if you guys have any questions about how else I do this, or if you want something a little bit more simpler, let me know. I'm available whenever you need me, so don't hesitate. So I hope you guys have a good day, and let's get ready for tomorrow. I'm super excited. Bye.